Now for a quick Devar Torah. This week's Parsha is a very exciting Parsha with a lot of things flying. The building of the Tabernacle and the whole story of the Golden Calf. But one of the most important things that usually is glossed over is that the Jews are giving the command that when it comes to Shabbat, Shabbat takes precedence over the building of the Mishkan, the building of the Tabernacle. And this is an important point that the Torah is getting across to us. That as important as building the Mishkan is, building the Tabernacle is, of making a place so that we can see God's glory, as important as that is, Shabbat supersedes the building of the Tabernacle, showing the centrality of Shabbat to Jewish life as we know it. Usually attributed to Ahad Ha'am, one of the early leaders of the current Zionist movement. He said more than that the Jews have kept Shabbat, Shabbat has kept the Jews. Meaning that because we keep Shabbat, it keeps us united. Because Shabbat is not just a day that we cease work, it's a day that we get together with our friends and neighbors and families to celebrate the good, or what we should be aware of all week long. Shabbat is central to the Jewish people. And we know that Shabbat really goes far back, the current laws of Shabbat, because one of the Greek historians, he doesn't mention Jews by name, but he says there's a group of people in the East that take one day off a week and don't do any work on that day. They also eat funny food. And, it's obvious who he's talking about. He doesn't mention the Jews by name, but he mentioned, this is not Tucker Carlson. No, but the point is that this shows you the centrality of Shabbat to the Jewish people throughout our history. And also, like tonight when we do Kabbalat Shabbat, we'll build up, after L'Chadodi, we sing Mizmor Shel Yom Shabbat. A great title, a psalm in praise of Shabbat, right? That's the last time Shabbat is mentioned, is the title. It's like, David, did you forget something when you wrote this? You have a great title, and the rest doesn't seem to have anything to do with it. When in reality, it has everything to do with it. Because by worrying about all the minor things that we have to worry about on Shabbat, are the lights turned on the way we want them? Is the hot water made? And you go down the list of all the things that you worry about. You will forget sometimes the importance of what Shabbat really is about. Like I said, getting together with friends, family, etc. Remembering that all week long we've worked, and this is the culmination of our week. This is the high point of our week. And then, if you look at the dates of the Hebrew dates of the year, of the week rather, we have very original names for our days of the week. First day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day. But then it gets to Shabbat. And Shabbat is the one day of the week in Hebrew that actually has a name. So the Torah is telling us something. This day is important, even more important than building the tabernacle. So that we should always, as we go into Shabbat tonight, we should have that in mind, something to think about.